I am here to ask you to do something for Steve6464. Can you watch as much of the video that you can? Then before you leave a comment. Make it a critique, a constructive criticism. Thanks. Oh, he's about to start. Bye.
Hello, 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 hello. We are working now, but not quite enough. Cameras. We want sound. Devices. Sound. Okay, why is this off? Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right. If I was a little bit more organized, I'd have this done before I started, but alas, I am not. Okay. Hi, I'm Steve6464. Finally. And welcome back to Let's Build This, Season 10, Season 10, Let's Build This, Part 4, an image challenge, where I am trying to recreate this, not using AI or 3D imaging. Although I guess I can use 3D imaging, I am going to try not to. So, that said, let's review 2 weeks ago. Look! An echo chamber of derp.
Hi, I am Roxy. I am here to ask you to do something for Steve6464. Can you watch as much of the video that you can? Then before you leave,
All right, let's turn the microphone on. I was so going to do that, and then I got distracted by the cameras not being set. Oh, I still need to fix this one. All right. Turn it like such. Okay. And in Photoshop, we will want to open our ocean scene once Photoshop completely loads. Okay, here we go. And do I have it? I don't know the difference between these two. Between challenge 1 and challenge 2. Challenge 2, I guess, is the one I'm actually working off of. All right, fill the screen. Let's go back to Illustrator. Fill the screen. Maybe it did already. Fill the screen. All right, I was having a little trouble 2 weeks ago importing this into Photoshop in such a way where I could use Photoshop controls to morph it and manipulate it. And what I think I didn't try was copy paste. Edit, special paste, paste in place. Smart object. Oh, I hope it's going to create a layer. No. Oh, it did create a layer. All right. Edit. Transform. Yes, I have more controls now, I think, than I did. Or maybe not. Skew. Maybe not. Maybe it's still the same amount. Scale. Definitely want to scale this, make it smaller. But I was hoping to morph it. Oh, if I hold down the shift key, I can morph it. Look at that. All right, Control Z. Control. Let's just delete it. And paste it in again. Smart object. Oh, that other happy horse. All right. Edit. Transform. Scale. Wow, maybe like 50%. We'll just eyeball it. And then let's morph it. Alright, I don't know how good. I mean, we're not trying to knock this out the window. It's just supposed to be a representation. Alright. And it's above the horizon, isn't it? About that much. Okay. Enter. Now it's pixelated. And it's on a layer, and if I don't like it, I can delete the layer and bring it in again. Alright, something I like to do is then select it. Well, I selected the background, inverse it. Selection, modify, contract, I'm going to say 3 pixels, and then we feather . 3 pixels. Oh, I could have done this without inverting it. Maybe inverse it. Oh my, are you? No. Let's. No, let's do that again. Select. Inverse. Select. Modify. Expand. 40. Select. Modify. Feather. 40. Create a new layer. Select that layer. And no, we're going to edit, fill, white. Let's start at 100% here because we can adjust it elsewhere. All right, let's hide the marquee. Let's go to our layer, go to our choices. Okay, that's normal. I don't like dissolve. We don't want to darken it. Multiply doesn't show any difference. Color, linear, lighten. Lighten. And then let's drop the opacity down to my favorite, 62%. Right. Okay. And let's bring back the marquee, the marching ants. Select inverse. This time we are going to darken it a bit. Edit, fill, black. Okay. Oops. No, 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 no. Edit, undo. New layer on top. Edit, fill, black. Okay. Let's drop the opacity. My second favorite percent, 38. That is way too much. See what we get with some of the choices here. Darken. Not much difference. Oh, it took a while. Multiply. There is really a lag. Is there not? Darken color. let's, I don't know, let's go multiply. Wait a bit and see how that looks. All right, let's change opacity to half. Okay. Half of 19 is, well, I'm going to go round up to 10. Good morning, Roy. How are you? How was work yesterday? Right now, just working on some vignetting around our spaceship. I'm going to go even half of 10% down to 5. I found out I can morph the vector graphics if I choose scale and then hold the shift sign or the shift key. Good. Did you get enough sleep? All right. 5% on, 5% off, 5% on, off, on, off. All right, I'm going to leave it on. I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this as. So you're giving up your sleep to be with me today. How nice. TIFF. Challenge TIFF. Spaceship. All right, save. No compression, okay. Default. All right. I think at the moment I am good in Photoshop. I am going to close it to save some RAM. Switch back to Illustrator. All right. And going to delete this. Okay, why isn't it's showing up on screen, the dialog box, but I'm not seeing it. That's so weird. Escape. Object. I could just make a new document, but I just thought this would be quicker. Delete. There we go. No dialog box. All right, then we do a file, save as. Save on my computer. Save as. All right, we're going to start working on the green robot. So I'm going to save this as green robot. And just use the defaults. Okay. All right. So, saying she's off center. This probably is a phi distance, or a well, whatever. How do I want to start? Let's start by drawing an oval. Let me put a guide in here. Why didn't the guide show up? Guides. Show guides. There we go. Can get rid of some of these horizontal guides. Get rid of some of these horizontal guides. Okay. View, guides, clear guides. And then we'll start new guide. View, guide. So why didn't that show up? There we go. All right, let's start by making an oval. All right. The oval is 1.5 centimeters wide. I'm only doing this to get a ratio. From forehead to chin is 2. So that would be 3/4. And I think there should be a way where you can draw something that you can put in the ratio or size that you want. And of course, I'm not finding it right away. I seem to be mumbling today, Roy. Am I mumbling too much, or am I clear? Info. Okay, 3 inches wide, 4 inches deep, and I can scale this. Okay. All right, thanks. Edit. All right, there's no dialog box for scaling. There has to be. I'm just. Here it is. Okay. %. How did I get that? I just clicked, right? Yes. Okay. We want them linked. No preview. Okay. That's how that's gonna work. Fine. Did I say rotate? No, I said move. Okay. And let's make that 50% again. Oh, I see what's going on. I think. All right, this is one of those times where it doesn't work the same way twice. Which sucks. Because to get that dialog box up last time, I just moved off the object and double clicked. Okay. I think that's about right, I guess. I don't know. Okay. So we need some skin color. Alright, so we're looking at the yellow, orange. Okay, that is RGB 242 197 109. Graduate tool. be a problem again, isn't it? Getting things to work. Okay. There we go. Move. Why aren't you rotating? Oh, this is why, because you don't actually grab the node to rotate it. Okay, and I want to change colors. So I want this one to be the darker color, 242 197 109. I want this one to be the lighter color. I don't think that worked right. Okay. Oh, okay. We want red to be 242. Green to be 197. Blue to be 109. There we go. And we want this color to be lighter. Maybe something like that. And that color is 239, 219, 185. I think there's still a greater contrast. Between the left and right side of the face. So, do I want to go lighter on the light side or darker on the dark side? Let's go darker. Welcome to the dark side. You don't understand the force of the dark side of the face. Join with me and we can take over the Adobe empire. And let's make this a little bit lighter. Did that actually change? Oh, Meyer, you go playing around and things have to change. You know, I like Adobe, but sometimes I truly believe, what are the numbers in this one? That if Adobe were to write a program, Ocean 123 Jump, that people would buy it. Okay, I forgot to write down the new numbers. 237, 223, 202. So I want to carry that into this node. 237, 223, 202. Two, two, three. Okay. Don't quite know how I'm gonna do the hair, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. We don't want a stroke, so goodbye stroke. Right? Oh. Okay, stroke, goodbye stroke. Okay, let's zoom in. We want a nose. Nose is right in the middle of the face, right? No. It is 3/4 of the way down. This part of the nose is in the center of the face. This part is 3/4 down. That's a lot of forehead. That just doesn't seem right, does it? I don't know, can you see the guides? You can probably see the guides. eyes are in the middle of the face too. Middle of the face. Okay. Well, you probably can't see it, but you might be able to smell the smoke coming from my brain from thinking. Alright, and the contrast on this is greater than on the face, the plane of the face. Alright, so let's get our gradient tool again. Writing notes on a post-it note. It gets filled up quite quickly. Let me grab a notepad. Excuse me. Okay. So we know the face color is RGB, dark side, rebel side is 242, 197, 109. Light side is 237, 223, and 202. And we want to make that even more contrasty. showing. No, I don't want to move the face. I want to move the nose. There we go. I had it on stroke instead of fill. I guess that's the difference. Okay, whatever. I can live with it. So, make this one even darker. This is nose. I'm going to make it darker and take some of the saturation out. Okay, and that is 219, 145, 58. Okay. And then we're going to make the lighter even lighter. And add some saturation. All right, so that is now 247, 238, 226. And this one we want the same. 247, 238, 226. Okay. Let's put that back on the face. That still looks awfully low in the face, but it measures right. Now, and I've seen, looks like in this one, it's rotated slightly. But we'll do that when we're done building the face. Eyes or lips next, Roy? What do you think? Eyes or lips? And the eyes have it. The center of the eyes seem to be in the same spot as the top of the nose. So, grab our oval tool. And I'm going to do this off on the side. Excuse me. Okay. I think what I want to do is zoom in. Make the inside more pointy. Make the outside a bit more pointy, but not as much as the inside. Right? And maybe move these fatter. At least the top. And color of the eye. We don't want gradient. We don't want quite pure white either. Eye. White. RGB. 237. 231. 223. And we can fill that. We can fill that, please. Okay. Let's try this again. 237. 231. 223. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a really thin stroke around the eye. And I'm going to use the face color, but choose an almost black. So 219, 195, 58. seem right. 58. I guess it is, according to my notes. Come down here. You know, I'm going to change this. That was the nose dark color. I'm just going back to the face. 242. 197. 109. All right. Really dark. Okay, and that recipe is we're going to call this eye stroke. 91, 64, 16. Okay, and then we want to make it a really thin stroke. .25 of a point. And that's going to look how? Yeah, that's going to look fine. All right. They look blue. She's got blue eyes. Looks like we got two centers going on here. Yeah, we probably would. Okay, get our oval tool going here. I was taught if you hold Alt and Shift, you'll be able to draw a circle from the center out. And no, how things have changed. Well, I grabbed the wrong tool, so that's why. Let's try this again. Alt and Shift, drag. And the iris takes up most of the eye. Actually, the bottom part kind of disappears, right? Something like that. This, we definitely don't want a stroke, but we'll fix that later. Let's go back to fill. And all right, so we have a gradient on the, on the stroke that we're not going to keep. Edit, undo. Okay, what am I doing? I want to create a blue. I do want a little bit of purple in it. All right, and we can go lighter. Okay. But we do want a gradient. Oh, and I forgot to write down the blue. Well, I mean, we haven't used it, so we're not going to try to match it anywhere. So, iris, RGB. What I want is a gradient, a radial gradient, darker to lighter, and then we'll put a real black circle in the center for the pupil. So this one. First of all, let's do this. Okay, this one. Nope, we want. Can I do this in one step? Have this dot be the iris, this dot be the lighter blue color, and this dot be the darker blue color? Let's find out. Well, let's make this black. 0, 0, 0. Okay. Let's make this the dark blue that we had. All right, so somewhere there and there. Okay, 69, bingo. 13206. And say, okay. And then this one. Let's get our formula up. 13206. I didn't want to say enter. And you know what? I think I'm going to also drop it. We're a little bit purple here. I'm going to push this down to a little bit cyan. All right. And lighter. And how does that look? Well, we have to remove the stroke. So let's do that while we're thinking about it. No more stroke. Why is it still showing stroke? This is going to give me a stroke. There we go. And oops, that's fine. So we'll just move this up. think I want the iris to move a bit into the corner. I see you. All right. Let's select this all and group it. Really? Oh, there's group. And then is there a duplicate? Copy. I suppose copy and paste work this just as well. Right, paste in front, place in back, paste in place, paste in front. All right, let's zoom out a bit. Let's grab our new eye, move it off to the side. And then we want to flip it. We want to flip it off. No, we want to flip it on. Object. Arrange. No. Transform. Move, rotate, reflect. Yep, that's good. The eyes have it. And how close set should her eyes be? All right, I think the corner of her eyes match up to the edge of the nose. At least that's a good starting point. That's a face. Attractive face? Probably not. Should the eyes be closer together? I'm going to say yes. Whoop, that was duplicate. I don't want that. There's supposed to be a keyboard combination that just lets you nudge. we should do this part too. Yeah, I wish I was that good, where I could make the eyes actually follow you, Roy. That would be really creepy. What time is it? 2:18. Pen tool. View. Guides. Show. Pen tool. We're going to get the eyeball color for now. Oh, that's like way too big. Okay, and we want this to be the reverse of the face. Alright, so let's go back to face colors. And this one. Right. Okay, we want this color to be the lighter face color. 247. I'm using the colors for the nose. 247, 238, 226. And for this one, we want the darker color, which is 219, 195, 58. And the same colors for that one. 219, 145, 58. But that would be so much quicker. I'm not used to having an eyedropper tool in Illustrator. So, oops. Next time. Why does that just look way too yellow? Two 195, 58. 45. That's why. 145. There we go. And make this one just a bit lighter. Okay. Take this and send it back. Not send it to the back, but send backwards. Okay. If it won't go behind the nose, then we'll bring the nose in front of it. Like such. Control 0. View, guides, hide. Control plus bracket. I don't know why it just doesn't work I have the same problem at work when I'm trying to fix arrows. I mean, that's what the arrange is supposed to do. Oh, I know. We made face, we made nose, we made eyes, and then we made pupils. So it had to go through all that list. Okay. Mouth time. Will it let me this time remove unwanted guides? No. Unlock guides? Okay. There we go. Bingo. Get off the damn page. Alright, looks like the corners of her mouth right line up with the inside of the pupil. Mouth itself is actually quite thin. Pen tool. mouth isn't pointy at the ends either, is it? Okay, what happened to... Alright, give it a stroke so I don't lose it again. Excellent. Pen tool. Where are you hiding? No, we don't want the pen tool. We want this tool. I want to move this up a bit. Stone night. Well, last week I was the angry Bob Ross. I think this week I am the quiet Bob Ross. Let's see if we can't fix this. Oh, that's why, because there's two nodes. Be that way. Be that way. I don't care. thing going on up here. Let's fill this eyedropper tool, huh, Roy? There it is. Okay, let's take here. Right. And for this one, let's take here. Why isn't it? Okay, I'm just gonna have to do this the technical way. Okay, for this one, let's see if the eyedropper tool does work now. Nope. And for this one, let's do this. All right. Let's go here. All right, and this is lips. Okay, we're at 239. 178, 106. Right, and also then somewhere about here we want that is 235, 213, 185. Okay. Graduate tool. This one is, okay, what did I say? 239. $178, $106. Alright, and but their lips, I want them a bit more pink. Let me pull this down just a bit. Okay. It is basically telling Illustrator to color the selected object the same way as the object you clicked with the eyedropper. No matter where you click, this is okay. This color, oh, what's this new color number? New color number 237, 160, 107. All right, we want this one. That original color is 235, 213, 185. And we want to add just a bit more red to that, which makes the new color now 234, 206, 185. And we say, okay. Okay. Push this off to the side. Push this to here. This way. Hide grid. Guides. Well, it's looking more like a face. I don't know if it's a female face. But it is a face. looking for pen tool. Wake up, Meyer. It's not straight across, and it's not a smile. I just want a line, not continuing. Lock the object. Lock. Rounded ends. Hey, I remembered the shortcut. Oh, it's almost 3 o'clock. Wow. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. Well, the clock says I've only been on for an hour 45, so I'll give it another few minutes. Does it look female? Well, let me add a point. It will if I do it that way. Stop doing that. No. How was I adding? I wasn't using this tool to add the point, was I? Maybe I was. Nope. I swear I was using the pen tool. There we go. let's suck in the cheeks a bit. That looks a little better. Does it look female? It looks like a 1970 robot trying to look human. Oh, I know. It looks like one of those police sketches in the TV from TV shows where they have the overlays. That's what it looks like. All right. Wow. Okay, we locked the lips. So we're going to want to unlock the lips. Or we end up locking the whole thing. Alright, so let's select everything. Here. Let's group it. Let's pull out to the full view. Let's view our guides. And you know what? The guide that I had placed where I was going to build the complete robot, I got rid of. So let's just get rid of all the guides. And we'll call this center. Okay, let's select our face and rotate it just a little bit counterclockwise. It didn't rotate. Is it locked? No, it's not. Oh, I guess it did tip. Okay, and on that, file, save, close program. Hey, nothing crashed today. And I want to come back to this scene, look at the camera and say my goodbyes. Roy, thank you for stopping by. It's always a pleasure. Anyone else who was in the chat and didn't speak up, thank you. Thank you for making it this far into the video. Those in the future who watch this, again, thank you for making it this far into the video. If you were slightly entertained, slightly amused, please like, subscribe, tell your friends. And until then, have a good day, be safe, be a friend to someone who needs a friend. And the last thing I have to say is, look, an echo chamber of derp.
Derp, 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 derp.
Derp, 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 derp.
Derp, 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 derp. Derp, 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 derp. Derp, 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 derp,
Perspective. Gravity is not a force.
Einstein remains neutral.
Jerp, 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 jerp.